Hi, my name's David. I'm here to show you an overview of CRM. So let's go to the system. Inside here, we're at the dashboard. So we can see organization, people, deals lost, deals won, our contact report, and we can choose for the past 6 months, this month, or last week. We can see our upcoming activities, our deal stages, and our total deals, our deals won versus our deals lost, our campaigns. So email sent, read by, unsubscribed. So we can see that right here. And total support tickets. How many tickets are unsolved, which is not good. 11 unsolved. 9 new tickets, 9 unassigned, and 2 recently updated. So clearly I need to take a look at this. But at this dashboard, I can tell what's going on in my CRM at a glance. So next, let's click on settings. Inside here, let's click on user settings. So when you click on user settings, it takes you back to the Go page. Inside here, you'll see your username, product access, role, status, and action. So for example, I see Jim Lee. If I click the pencil icon, I can see only has access to Scare People. But if I want to give him access to CRM, I can click this. I can select, is it a guest or a paid role? For example, if it's guest, it's user. If it's paid, it's admin. And you know, admin, you can do everything. User, it's limited based upon different types of teams you're in. So we'll go to guest and I'll put user and I'm going to save. Next, let's go to teams. Just what I was talking about previously. Inside teams, I can create new teams. So for example, add a team, call team name. So this may be how you want to break down your different types of sales groups. Some sales groups may be selling, for example, software, some may be selling hardware, some may be selling multiple different things. So you can just segregate them separately. So for example, computer. I can select the team members, maybe John Thomas, James Jones, and I can continue adding teams here. The key thing is that I can now segregate my contacts and my deals based on teams. So I can choose visibility. Is it for everyone can see? Can only the team see? Or is it private? Only the owner can see? And depending on your setup, it's very important because some companies, they have commission. And those salespeople want to protect their contacts, the people that they're doing business with. They don't want everyone to see their contacts and everyone to see their different sales. So again, it all depends on your makeup. Let's go to custom fields. So similarly, like custom fields in books, we have custom fields in CRM. So if I create custom fields, you can see that we have more options here. We have text box. We have single selection drop-down menu. We have numbers. We have country. We have currency, and we have date. So for example, let's go and choose maybe outlets. Or not even outlets. Let's choose, let's see. Do you want to do outlets or do you want to do different types of business types or categories? Let's just do outlets. So for example, maybe different contacts go and frequent different outlets and we want to track which outlet they're going to. I can add a new organization. So for example, maybe Los Angeles, San Pedro, San Francisco, and maybe San Diego. So I put in all this here and I can click next. And then I can choose, is this in my contacts or my deals? So maybe I want this in my deals. So I want to see which deal comes from which outlet. If I have many outlets there, I can create. I can also create, for example, different countries. So I can select a country here. So I can say here, so I want country. And let's select, for example, Venezuela. And let's click as next. And I want that in contacts. And let's also create one more custom field. And let's click date. And maybe this be example, birth date, or anniversary. So if you think of it like a restaurant and you're having people coming in and visiting a restaurant, depending on what type of restaurant you have. But you may have, for example, birth date, anniversary. You may have dietary requirements. Is he a diabetic, vegan, and then you want to make sure you inform the chef. That way they get the extra special care. So when they come in, happy birthday to you. We've already informed the chef of your dietary requirements and stuff like that. It could be other information as well. So I'm just going to put the default date here. Availability, I'm just going to put that in context as well. Create it. All right, so next we have email. So this is where you can actually sync and connect your email to Disquera. So for example, if I just turn off sync and I click connect, inside here I can put the sender name, email address, user ID, I can do an advanced option. Is outgoing mail use the same settings as incoming? I can set up the server. So imap@gmail.com. If you're using Gmail, port 993, if I remember correctly. Server smtp.gmail.com. Port, if I remember, 587. Allow certificates, save. Most likely it means that my password's not correct. So you need to make sure that you input the correct password. Next, let's go to integration settings. So this is where you can integrate to your Microsoft 365, your Google Tag Manager, and your webhooks. When you integrate, you're able to connect your contacts and activities. So your contacts are pulled from your Microsoft people, and your activities are pulled from your calendar. Next, we have our guide. So this is where you can go and see your help desk. So you can put in your domain. So if it's the first time you're connected, you can input your domain there and it'll create it. And it'll be like, for example, more or less whatever you put in will be at .disquera.com/HC for help center. So this is your help center. This is where you can put in your different sections, put in your different articles, and your customer can come and see the FAQs, what's going on, and other information there. You, of course, have your hero banner, your logo, and your favicon. Under settings, this is where you can say and turn on your help center and make it active. And also, this is where you can remove Power by Disquera logo. So if you don't want to see it, this is where you can disable it. And we can save and open, and it'll open up to your actual care center. And you can see your frequently asked questions, and I can see my articles here and any announcements. So you can create your multiple sections. Next, let's go to tickets. So this is where you can connect your support tickets. Just like I was showing in email, you can connect your support tickets and you can link them. And I can see my ticket views here as well. So unsolved, recent task pending. And I can add different ticket views based upon my requirements. So for example, David pending. I can select the field. So I want to select the signee, is, select value, David, add condition, status, condition is pending. So you can see I can just create my different types of views here, and then I can save it, and then it'll filter out accordingly. We, of course, have our audit trail, our preferences. So preferences is for people that have campaigns. You want to disable Disquera logo. So if you want to remove the logo, this is where you go. Same thing with web to form. If you want to remove the Disquera logo powered by Disquera, this is where you're able to disable it. All right, so next let's click on contacts. So inside here we have our contacts. So based upon what you purchase and what type of licenses you have, more or less do you have books and CRM. Books and CRM will actually talk to each other. So if I create a contact in books, it'll flow over to CRM. If I create a contact in CRM, it'll flow over to books. So they're connected, they're talking to each other, and they're populating. Inside here, you can see the name, phone number, any deals open, owner, visibility, and labels. But the key thing is, maybe these are the columns that I don't want to see, or maybe this is not the way I want it to look. So I click here on columns, and you can see here, I can see all the different columns. So for example, don't really care about visibility, but I want to see, let's see, follow-up, country, maybe products of interest, maybe just products of interest and follow-up. And I save. And then you can see here, products of interest, computers, follow-up email, monitors email, monitors NA. So I can see the information here and I can change the way I want to see it. So for example, products of interest, I want to move it on up, moving on up, moving on up. And I save. And you can see products of interest is now here. So I can change it, the view, to how I want to see it. I also can see it as a phone book view or a card view, and I can see here different information. I can click on organizations. So I can see, for example, Austin Circuits. I can see the people under them. Kim's Cameras. Water Bottle Company. I can see all the information. Next, let's go to marketing. So I'm going to click on marketing. And inside marketing, we have segments, emails, and forms. So let's go to segments. Inside here, I can see my different segments, and I can add a segment. So I can go here, and I can just type in the name. So maybe I want to see, this segment is specifically for monitors. And then I can start selecting them here. But if I have a huge amount of segments, it can be quite difficult to select them manually. So if I want to select them, I can just click this button here, and it'll select 10 out of the 25. I can change the row to 25 to 50. And if I want to filter, so for example, if I have hundreds of contacts and I need to filter out specific ones, I can filter out by owner, sub-owner, visibility label, and I can add a custom field. For example, country, I only want the people in the United States or Germany or France or Venezuela. Do I want the people that I want to follow up on? These are people that had interest maybe in one of our products, and we put follow up on it. So I want to filter by them. Maybe birth date. Happy birthday month. Congratulations. Please come here. And I can input the value here, and I can apply it. Let's click on email. Inside here, I can see all my different email templates. I can also add an email template, and I can put in the name. I can see my address. I can see full screen. Inside here, I can see the code, so the HTML code for export. This is where I can import. This is where I can see the good old design or the styling, and I can open blocks. So inside here, I just drag and drop. So for example, I want a half section. I just drag and drop it in here. And then I can go here, and I can just drag and drop an image with text. I can double click on this image, and then I can go and find an image that I want to drag and drop in there. For example, maybe t-shirts. Double click on that. See t-shirts here. I can put in the text. I can go here, maybe put border text. I can add a button. I can add a link. List item. I can add some text here, for example. Maybe, hi. And then I want to add a placeholder, maybe, hi, John, or hi, whatever his first name is. We have a great deal in shirts. And of course, we have first name, last name, full name, email, phone number, address, organization, contact, birth date, country, outlets. All our custom fields are here, so we can choose what we want. So this is just an example. You can try it out. It's as easy as dragging and dropping. Next, let's click on form. Inside here, we can add different forms. So we can add a form for contacts as well as deals. And click next. And inside here, I can just drag and drop what I want. So for example, contact name, maybe I want them to input their organization, put in their email address, maybe I want their address. So I just select the form that I want them to fill in. Maybe I want phone number as well. And what products interest you? And for example, maybe I don't want address. I can click on this and mark as mandatory. So for example, I want this as mandatory. I want the email address as mandatory. Contact name is mandatory and the organization is not. Maybe even remove that. It's next to phone number. And you can see here, I can put in form name, contact. Everything looks good. Let's see, oh, contact. I click next. And then I can display a thank you message, or I can redirect to another page. So for example, after they complete the form, do you want them to be redirected back to the home page? Do you want them to display a message saying thank you very much? You can do that here. You can also follow up properties, send submission, email notification. You put the email notification to, assign the owner, sub-owner, visibility. Is this private? Does the manager have to look at this and then assign it to whoever should be assigned? Or is it team? The team goes and sees it and they can go work on it. Or is it for everyone? First come, first serve. Whoever grabs it up quickest gets it. And I can go here and assign the labels and I can publish it. So after you save, you can go look at your form and you can click on the 3 dots. And inside here, you can edit, copy, delete, unpublish, and copy your embedded code. So this is the code that you're going to embed into your web page for them to fill out this form and then submit it. You can also view the form here by clicking View Form. Contact name, phone number, email address, and of course you can select your country here. Next, let's go click on Campaigns. Inside here, I can see the campaign name, category, published date, and status. I also can see how many people have viewed it and read it. For example, here, Friday Matters 1 out of 3. I can see that's not good. He unsubscribed. But you can see he's been removed from the list by that. You can see the click performance. You can see the detailed view. And we can go here and we can click Add Campaign. So we can say, for example, June 1st sale event. I can choose the category. Isn't marking? I can add my own category here. I can choose my segment. So for example, maybe this is for computers. And if I haven't created a segment yet, I can just click Create Segment here. Now let's click on Next. Inside here, I can select any of the pre-designed templates, my template, or I can create it from a blank template. I'm just going to use a pre-designed template. So I can see all the information. If everything looks good, then I can go and save and continue. If I want to modify something or add something, I can use these boxes here. I can click inside and make changes as well. So let's save and continue. Let's click Next. And now I have a choice. I can use my own email or use Discara's email service. So inside here, I can put the sender name, email address, username, password, server, port, and allow non-secure certificates. But if I want to use Discara's email service, I click on this, put in the name, sender name. I can also use a different reply to address. I can send now or I can schedule for later. So for example, if I schedule for later, I can choose the date and time. So maybe tomorrow at 5 p.m. I can set it. And then I can click schedule. And now it's scheduled. Now I can go to the campaign and I should be able to see it here scheduled. I can click on the 3 dots, clone, preview, unsubscribe, or delete. Next, let's go to marketing. Let's go to services. And inside, let's click on guide. So earlier we saw the Help Center, and the Help Center had all these different sections and different articles. So inside here, I can see my sections. I can add a new section. So for example, we have announcements, FAQ, maybe I want awards. I can click on articles, and I can click here and delete an archive. I can also add a new one here, a new article. And I can also click on 3 dots and edit it. I can take a look and see if it all looks good. The key thing is visible to. Is it visible to everyone or just signed in users? And this is what section's under, the author. And when I save, I can just save it. But make sure if you want to publish it, when you save, you click this arrow here and you can unpublish or publish it. So if it's already published, it'll say unpublish. If it's not published, it'll say publish. So you have to click on this arrow and then click here. Next, let's go to support. Inside here, I can see all my support tickets. And all of them are unsolved. I can see my new tickets here. Welcome to my company. And if they're junk, I can click the delete button here. I can see my unassigned tickets. I can drill in. I can then assign someone to it. For example, James Jones. Is it an incident, question, task, or problem? And what's the priority? Urgent, low, normal, or high? I can put any internal notes here. And I can do attachment as well. And I can go back to click on email. I can write my email here, and I can then save it as open, pending, or solved. Next, let's go to deals. So let's click on deal. Inside here, we have our default pipeline, but of course, we can create our own pipeline. So you can customize this based upon your own requirements. Not every pipeline meets each company's exact needs. So it's very important to be able to change it to however you want it. So you just click Add Pipeline. I can create multiple stages. And the key thing is here, I can put in the name of the stage, any help text. What is the probability of success? What's the probability of winning? And rotting days. How many days before this lead rots? Before this deal is going bad? Inside here, I also can see list view. So that way I can see it in a list screen, and I can see very simply, okay, this is one. Next activity date is 2021. And I can see if anything has not been solved or has been here too long. Now, if I want to create a deal, I can press the plus sign up here under deals. Sorry, let me go back to this view. The plus sign here to create the deal, or I can click up here, create deal. I can put in the deal name. So let me select the organization. Maybe, let's say, Austin Ideas. Maybe they want 5 monitors. And maybe the value is, let's say, 2,500. And you can see when I selected Austin Ideas here, the contact person populated. This is the default contact person. You can always change it to somebody else by just deleting it and selecting which one you want. I can select any sub-owner. I can choose the visibility. Is this deal can only be seen by the owner and sub-owner? Is it meant to be seen by the entire team, or can it be seen by everyone? I can select which pipeline I want it in, so I can have more than one pipeline, depending on what type of business I'm doing. I can select the pipeline stage, the closing date, deal date, any outlets, text field, website. Again, these are all text fields here. and I can save it. And you can see it's been added here. I can click on it. Now inside here, if I'm connected to an email, I can email directly using my email that I've connected to. And if I email from my deal and it goes to my customer or my potential customer, if they email me back, it'll be saved into the system. It'll be recorded so I have a track of this conversation. But the email must be sent from CRM and they have to reply to that mail or will not be tracked. I can also log a mail here as well. Under activities, I can create an activity. So for example, a call. I can assign this to me. Contact person. Let's say we're going to contact Stacy Williams. And this, of course, is for Austin Ideas. And now I can send a reminder email to assignee, which is me, who's been assigned to it, or it can be my other colleagues as well. And I can send a reminder email to the contacts. That, of course, is Stacy Williams. And then I can save it. And now my activity's been created. I can edit it here. I can delete it. And if I click this button, it means it's marked complete. I can see also future activities and past activities here as well. I can also add notes, see the log. So let's go back to deals. And so based upon what's going on, I can easily just drag and drop. So for example, if I'm in a meeting with my salespeople and they say, okay, we're no longer at qualify to buy. We've gone and done the presentation, and now it's decision maker buy-in. And the contract has now been sent. And then I can just drag closer one. So I can just easily drag and drop to however I want it. Now, if I don't want to drag to closer one, I can also just go into the deal itself and click deal one. Deal marked as one successfully. Let's go to activities. Inside here, we can see all the activities. We can also export iCal or generate calendar URL. So the great thing about generating a calendar URL is I can copy it, I can paste it, I can put it in, for example, my Gmail calendar, and it will sync in. It'll sync so that way I can see my activities in my Google Calendar. I don't have to come back here every time. I also can see a list view. And I can see all my activities here, contact person. I can filter by calls, meetings, and any luncheons, for example. I can see all, anything to do. So for example, I click on all so I can see what's to do here. I can check it out. And that was a quick overview of CRM in Disquera.